Assignment 49 is going to be numbers 5 and 6, which you may have guessed, so that's official now. It's 5 and 6. First thing you do is always draw the ground, because almost every triangle will be sitting on a ground somehow, or be built up from the ground, and then you have one side of your triangle already. So a 10-foot ladder reaches a window that's 8 feet up from the ground. I'm going to draw a building with a window. You can't get into the building unless there's a door, so there needs to be a door. Anyway, we're talking about the window that's up here. There is a ladder that comes from that window. You can already see your triangle start to form in here, right? There's your right triangle. And there's always going to be a 90 degree that's assumed there because buildings are always 90 with the ground. A 10-foot ladder. So that means the ladder is 10 feet. It's 8 feet up from the ground. So the ladder is 8 feet up from the ground. What is the angle that is formed between the ladder and the wall? The ladder and the wall. The ladder and the wall. So we're looking for that angle. So which two sides are labeled if you're standing in this corner? You have the hypotenuse and you have the adjacent. Adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine of I don't know, you could call that theta or x or whatever you want, equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And when you're looking for an angle, you hit the second key. So second cosine, which opens up the inverse, that's a 10. It would be 8 over 10. So you type in second cosine 8 over 10, and I won't put the answer there because I want you to figure it out. But whatever the calculator says, round it off to the nearest whole number because it says nearest degree. Next one. Even though they're talking about an airplane up in the sky, I'm still going to draw the ground because it's probably going to be helpful. So there's the ground. An airplane. I'm going to push pause and draw the airplane because it's too much pressure knowing that you're watching me do this. Okay. Not great, not terrible. You can probably identify that as an airplane. So there's some water down here, and there's some floating debris. I'll use the letter D because I don't know what kind of debris it is, so just pretend there's some floating debris down here in the water. When you have an airplane problem, you want to draw a parallel line to the ground up in the sky. That's the pilot looking straight out of the cockpit, straight ahead at 0 degrees. Okay. Now from his sight line down to the debris is an angle of depression of 15 degrees. So that's 15 degrees. Now, we learned in class today that that 15 is alternate interior with this right here. Those two angles are alternate interior. So if 15 is up there, 15 is also down here. It would be the angle of elevation from the debris up to the plane too. Then it says the plane's altitude is 3,000 feet. Well, altitude means how high is the plane. The plane, when you measure altitude, is straight up from the ground. You always measure height straight up, perpendicular to the ground. And that is 3,000 feet. So we have the triangle starting to form here. Right? You don't even really need that 15 anymore up here because we have one inside the triangle at the bottom. And the question says, what is the horizontal distance before they fly over the debris, which means how far are they going to fly from where they are now to when they're right over the debris, which is, it's this distance here, but that's also the same as this distance here. So you could have done that triangle or use this triangle. So I'll put an X here because the distance that they're going to travel to be straight over the debris is the same here as it is here. So now that I have the triangle drawn, if I'm standing down here, I have the opposite and the adjacent. So that's going to be tan. So I have tangent of 15 equals opposite over adjacent. Put that over 1, cross multiply, show this algebra step. 3,000 times 1 is 3,000. X times the tangent of 15 is x times the tangent of 15. And because I'm solving for x, I want to divide by what isn't x. And you type this into your calculator, and that will be how many feet the plane has to fly. That's it.